Hello and welcome back to another video presented to you by Knowledge Hub. In this video, I'll be teaching you the different types of numbers in Python and some mathematical operations we can perform on them. So what are we waiting for? Let's begin. So the types of numbers in Python presented to you by Knowledge Hub. So there are two types of numbers in Python. So the first type is an integer and the second type is floating point numbers. So if you have a question, what are integers? Well, these are like any other normal integer. It can be negative or positive whole numbers. So it is basically any whole number including negative numbers. So there are a few examples: -8, -9, we've got 6, we've got 10. So these are integers. We can make any other examples. So I'll just write it up with a pen. My handwriting might not be well, good, because I'm using a mouse, but we can still try. So we've got minus, we can give 8, we can give minus 80 in fact, and then we've got 99, or we can give minus 100. So these are the different types of integers we've got in Python. Okay, next, going forward, we have a floating point numbers. So what are floating point numbers? Well, floating point numbers are nothing but any number. It can be actually any number. It can be negative or positive with decimal points. So they should have that decimal point. Okay, so we've got 1.038, and we've got negative 892,223.08374. So if you see, there are some decimal points given here, and that is why this is called a floating point numbers. So there's a keyword over here. Okay, so the keyword are decimal points. So if there are no decimal points, then it cannot be a floating point number. It can only be a floating point number if it has decimal points. So going forward, we've got a few mathematical operations in Python. So here's a table in front of you. So we've got a math symbols. We've got Python operator, which we'll use in Python. We've got operations, the names of the operations. We've got examples, and we've got the result of those examples. So starting with, we've got this plus symbol right here, which is the math symbol. The first math symbol is an addition symbol, which is a plus sign. So in Python, we use the same sign, which is a plus sign. It's above the equals to sign in a normal US keyboard. So it's on the top right corner, beside backspace, okay? So if you press shift and equals to sign together, you get a plus symbol, and that is called an addition operation. An example is 4 plus 2 is 6. Next, we've got the minus sign. So that is just beside the plus symbol. So if you just without clicking on shift, if you just click on it, you get a minus sign. So minus, and in Python we use the same operator, and the name of the operator is subtraction. Next, we've got an example: 4 minus 2 is equals to 2. So next we've got a math symbol, which you write in your notebook, a multiplication sign. Now if you see on your keyboard, there is no key which looks like a multiplication sign except for an X. But Python, if you write an X in Python, then it's nothing but a letter. So how do we tell Python that we have got to do a multiplication? Then it's simple. We just use an asterisk symbol. An asterisk symbol is it's above the number 8. So if you click shift and 8 together, you get an asterisk symbol. So that is multiplication. So 4 into 2, or 4 multiplied by 2, is 8. So 4 plus 4, which is 4 plus 4, which is 8. Next, we've got a division sign. So how do we do that? Is we use a little slash sign over here. Now it shows division over here. So this is the name of the operation. And how do we get the slash? It's just beside your shift key on the bottom right corner. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we can even do 8 divided by 4 is 2, or 4 divided by 6 divided by 3 is 2, anything. And then we've got the exponential value. So you would have heard of 3 to the power of 3. So it means we are going to multiply 3 times by itself. So 3 into 3 into 3. The answer is 3 into 3, which is 9, and 9 into 3, which is 27. So here the example is 3 to the power 2. And how do we get that Python operator? So if you see, I'll just open Word. So okay, 1 second, it'll just start up. So okay, 1 second. So okay, so suppose here if I've got a number 3. Now how do we get an exponential form? Then in this font area here, you just type this and add a 2. So this is how you get 3 to the power of 2, or 3 squared. But this is not the case in Python. You don't have such an option. So what do? You use two asterisk symbols. So this is the same thing, just that you click on the 8 symbol twice with a shift. So you get two asterisk symbols. So this is called an exponent operation. So 4 to the power of 2. We can even give 3 here, but for that you don't have to give 3 asterisk symbols. 2 asterisk symbols mean an exponent, and any value here is what exponential form. So 4 to the power of 2, which is 4 into 4, which is 16. So then we've got brackets. So in the BODMAS rule, brackets come first, and in the brackets they're divided into parentheses, floral brackets, and those square brackets, which is called brackets. So in the first one in Python, we've got parentheses. So for parentheses, we use these normal brackets. So they're above the numbers 0 and 9. So you can just click on shift and click on 9 and 0. You'll get the parentheses. So as BODMAS comes first, we look into the value inside the brackets or the parentheses first, and then we then perform the operation with the value outside. So we've got 4 plus 2, which is 6, and 6 into 3, which is 18. So these are the different mathematical operators in Python. So now that we have learnt everything, what are we waiting for? Let's practice it on Python. Okay, so if you see, I've got my Python shell right here in front of me. So if you don't know what this is, then I've attached a little link in the description below. Just click on it and you will be redirected to another YouTube video where I've taught how to install and set up Python on your Windows PC or Windows operating system. Okay, so now that we know everything, let's just focus on the different mathematical operators. Okay, so I've got the list of operators in front of me. So the first symbol was the addition one. So let's first practice addition on Python. 1 second. So this is just a comment I wrote, so it's for you all. The computer doesn't understand anything when we give this hashtag symbol. It's just a comment. So first we've got the addition symbols. So we can put anything like, let's give -3 plus 2. So that'll be -1. So we can give -3 plus 4. That's 1. So that's negative. So we can come to positive values. 2 plus 6, 8. Let's go to some bigger values. 1009. 1009 plus 687. Sorry, 6687 is 7696. So if you don't, if you think this is wrong, this may be wrong, then let me prove it to you. Calculator app. So this is my calculator app. So let me get it correct. 1009 plus 6687. That is what's written here. Now if I click and enter, 7696, and that is the answer which we get here. So that's done with addition. Now let's go to subtraction. So I write another comment, subtraction. Okay, so these are my subtractions. So if you see, this is the Python operator. So let's start with 3 minus 4, that'll be -1. 8 minus 88, so that go to negative, but we still have -80. So I just typed this p and a square bracket by mistake. I don't know how it came, so I'll just do this again for you. 8 minus 88 minus 80, and then we've got 60 minus 7, we've got 53. So this is subtraction. Now let's go to multiplication. So multiplication, we use asterisk symbol. So let's use the asterisk symbol for some operations now. So we've got 30 into 2, so that'll be 60. 45 2, 90. So now this was multiplication. Now I've got a division over here. So division is a slash symbol, once forward slash. So we can use 8 divided by 4. So we get a 2.0. So this point 0 is what I'll explain later. For now, let's just stick to 2. So 8 divided by 4 is 2.0. 2 divided by 2 will be 1. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. We can even perform it with bigger numbers. So let me just take 199 divided by 9, that will be 11, and 99 divided by 3, so that will be 33. So these were division symbols. So now talking about these point zeros. Now what is this there? So suppose I take 89 divided by 3. So you know this isn't divisible by 3. So it goes to 29.666666668. That's how it goes. So suppose there is a decimal answer we are getting. So for that there is a point symbol. If there is no decimal value, then it shows a 0. But suppose you got 89 by 3 and you don't want it to go in decimals. You just want the quotient and you just want the remainder. So suppose I'll show you a question, one second. So okay, so here I've got the question, which is 89 divided by 9. So one second. Okay, so suppose if I want a decimal answer, then I'll first write 9. Okay, one second, my handwriting isn't that good in this. So 9 nines are, we've got 81, so we'll get a value here as 9. Okay, but we don't have any other answer. So, sorry, not 9, we get 8 over here. So now again this will go into decimal, so we can add a 0. Okay, so 80. So 9 eights are, okay, one second, 9 eights are minus 72. So again we get a value 8 here. Okay, so again we add a 0, so it continues going. So we add another 8 here. So for children we add another 8 here. One second, it isn't coming right. So we add another 8 here and then we just end it here. So we've got 9.88. So that's the same thing which we got here. We got 8888888888889. So this is what we got. But imagine if we don't want this. Okay, so if we don't want all this, one second, I'll remove all this. So what if we don't want all this? We just want the quotient and we want the remainder. We don't want the decimal form. So we get 9 nines are, we get minus 81, so we get 8 here. So sorry for this extra line. So okay, so I've removed that. So the 9 is a quotient and 8 right here is a remainder. So how do we get this? It's pretty simple. So we get 89 long divided by 9. So this gives you the quotient 9, and for the remainder 99 89, and then there's a value called a modulo operator, so it gives you the remainder. So the modulo operator is nothing but the percentage symbol which is above 5. So you just have to press on shift and 5. So it's right here above 5. So shift 5. So that gives you a modulo operator. So 89 mod 9 gives you 8. So 9 is the quotient and 8 is the remainder. So here 9 is the quotient and 8 is the remainder. So this is what I was talking about. Okay, so let me just remove all this. Okay, so this was a division, long division and modulo, and I guess this is a lot for today, but let me just finish over this with the exponential value and the parentheses. So for exponents, we can go for 2 to the power of 3. Okay, sorry, 2 to the power of 3. So we get 8. So it is 2 into 2 4, and 4 into 2 8. So it is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, so 2 to the power 3 is nothing but 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. So 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8. So this is the exponential form. And then we've got parentheses. Now what do we do with parentheses is we can give 8 minus 6. And I'll add another parenthesis here. So 8 minus 6 plus 4. Yeah, so that should be 8 minus 6 is 2, 2 plus 4 should be 6, and we get 6 here. So this is how we use parentheses. So I think that's enough for today. But if suppose you think that this much is not good, then you can wait for some other days and I'll be releasing some more videos and be explaining much more better. If you have any doubts, write them in the comments below, and I'm sharing two links in the description. One is for writing your very first conditional statement, if else statement programs on Python, and one is how to download and set up Python on your Windows operating system. So go through both of them. If you like the video, subscribe the video for more videos which I'll be sharing in a few days. Hit the bell icon, go to all, and if you think, then share the video with others who you think are capable of watching it. And last but not the least, click on the like button. So that's enough for the day. Thank you, and thanks for watching.